Spend your experience points, if you will. And also, who's making notes today?
I'm not sure who's. Did somebody just finish?
Yeah, I think Brian just finished, didn't you?
Yeah, I just finished.
So in that case, it would be you, Jason, I believe.
Okay.
I'm holding my XP for now, and I haven't transcribed my backstory yet, so I'm not adding 100 XP yet.
Actually, for your backstory, for your character story, it's free fate point.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'll hold off on that.
Okay. But you know, when you do this, then please add a fate point to your character sheet. Jason, you're also probably abstaining for now.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Locked.
landlocked. Yeah.
We shall see what we can do about this soon. Sean?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what points I got the last time, but I don't remember how many points I even have available to spend right now. So I'll take it under advisement for right now.
Okay. For the last session, I don't really remember your points, guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they're in
That's okay.
Maybe they're in notes.
I didn't see them in the notes. I just looked. I thought I hadn't listened to the whole thing, but according to the notes, it looks like I might have listened to the whole thing because we ended talking to the former owner of the Reaper's Bounty.
Yes. Yes. Now it's known as the Carl's Bounty.
Oh, right.
Okay.
But it's he's running it out of a wagon now, right?
Yes.
Is that? Okay.
So, you're inside the Crusade of the Child's, main body. You can say that. Actually, you've just joined the Crusade of the Child. Let's keep it at that. The Crusade is a horrible place to be. Honestly, it's what would most people call hell on earth, as the squalor, the poverty, the plague, and famine all run rampant here. This is not a funny place to be. This is those people are really only kept going by their sheer fanaticism and pure belief in the child. That is Carl. You were told by the Wood Elves under Coriel to infiltrate the compound, locate Carl's tent, and then report back to them on the eastern side of the forest. So far, you're doing pretty well. You've managed to secure yourselves a meal at Carl's Bounty, and the owner, Rudy Margot, and his wife Hannah have been kind enough to actually, tell you a few snippets of information concerning the Crusade. That said, what's your course of action now? Where do you plan to go? What are you planning to do?
Before we get too deep into it, I can't play too much later than our usual stop time. Just as if you feel like something's going to carry on, I'm probably got a shorter cutoff.
Sure.
So I just can't play late.
I mean, we usually just end at the exact same hour, so that's not a big deal.
Yeah, I know sometimes we run over, but I just wanted to forewarn that I can't really run over.
Okay.
Today. I'm not. Well, we just got some real food in us.
Yes, and it's actually rather tasty. Tasty too. Leopold, the other Leopold, of course, is helping you, but you do have a crutch now. The elves made you one.
And my understanding is they healed me a little bit.
Yes, you've. Although I've read your notes, Brian, you're not on full heal. You're all on lightly wounded, so that means.
I thought it was like 4 hit points or something like that.
All of you have only 4 hit points, but that means that you are still only lightly wounded. Because I've read your notes and you've written that you're on full heal, which unfortunately is not true. The elves only used mundane means to heal you, so
Well, Brian's character is full.
Yeah,
full
I mean,
heal.
of course, Brian's character is full, sure,
Oh, okay.
because he's new.
Yeah.
Right. So, where to now? You're in the middle of the crusade, essentially. You still probably have a few ways to go before you'll be able to actually return to the elves and tell them about Kar's compound.
Yeah, I guess we know the location of the compound. We just don't have good eyes all around it.
Yes. Well, you can see the flag, which is visible from every point in the camp. The flag of the Crusade. A blue piece of cloth with a heart and hammer symbol. You can actually see this symbol being used rather often within the borders of the Crusade by the impromptu guards as well as by normal crusaders. Of course, sometimes it's only scrawled with chalk or piece of coal. Sometimes it's actually it's been sewn into a cloth. But this is what the symbol of this crusade is. And also good for you, you do fit the standard profile of the Crusaders because you all look like shit. Heavily wounded, scarred, Leopold doesn't have a leg, stuff like that. You're not really out of place. Yeah, and for example, Brian's character, Vrentar, is also not your typical Sigmarite priest. He's more of a hermit. So, please tell me where to now. You've finished your first good meal in days. But what now?
So we were supposed to figure out the number of guards and the location of the child for the elves. Is that
Yeah.
You're supposed to confirm, I think, that's where it actually is.
Right. And so we're sort of we're outside this a little bit now.
You're probably somewhere around the middle, not in the very middle of the crusade, but you're halfway to the compound. You think?
Right. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So we're not. So that was my mistake. Then I thought we were maybe like right outside the compound.
No,
right.
no, not yet. Not
so
yet.
we're about halfway to it.
Not
right. And I remember. So we've ditched the priest of Sigmar, right? Back with the elves, because I seem to recall Lucas getting into it with him from the playback.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about him right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Lucas wants to kill the child, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. Well, I think we all do. Isn't that pretty much a consensus among the group? That
I think we all kind of see him as ill.
As some kind of abomination. Yeah. That there's some foul magics at work.
There's some shifty business here.
Yeah. All right. So we need to get in closer. So what do you fellas think as far as where we're at now versus where we need to be?
I honestly think we should speak quieter, says Leopold, looking nervously around him. If those people even, suspect that we have some kind of ill will towards Scar, they will tear us limb from limb.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's probably true. All right, fellas. So how are we going to get closer to Karl to bask in his glory and worship him?
Why are you whispering?
Leopold's speak up, I can't hear.
Louder. Yeah, so I mean, of course, you don't have to whisper like on microphone. I presume that you do speak very quietly and only to yourselves. Oh, by the way, Nils is also with you. Nils, the
hammer bearer.
the hammer bearer boy. Yes. Yes.
Is he still carrying his hammer? I forgot about that. I remember something about him hiding
he
his hammer.
does, but he's got a huge piece of cloth covering it.
Oh, okay.
And he's clearly very unhappy that Father Johannes is not with you all, and that he's been taken by the elves. And he's probably also not very happy that he's in this whole situation to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can just meander around the flag and kind of slowly work our way closer to the flag.
Do you guys ever see that puppet show called Conan?
I think
where he dresses up as a cultist.
Yes.
Yeah, and he punches.
I don't remember it going well.
Yeah, I saw it on the streets of Aldorf, says Leopold. He punches a horse at one point.
Yes.
A horse with this strange two things on his back.
Yes.
Yeah.
A hunchback horse. Yes.
Yeah, hunchback horse. Yeah. Nils, as you're saying this, just looks at you with like, "What the fuck are you guys? what the fuck are you guys talking about?"
It must be a regional thing only in Nuln.
Yeah, probably. Look, says Nils. I want this to be over as quickly as possible, so we can free Johannes and make things right. Yeah, kid, that's what we also want, says Leopold. I honestly just want to go to Aldorf, have some fun.
Yes, as do we all. So,
secure me a nice pair of warm titties. And a nice bottle of good Reikland wine.
So, do we see any like people who look more like security type people here?
Yes, you saw those kind of people actually. That said, it seems that the Crusade doesn't have like official security, at least not in these parts. However, there is what you can actually probably call faction militia, and they are very poorly armed and ill-trained fanatics who see to general camp security and defense. Like I've said, and also Leopold, Sean, you know this if you've listened to the recording, that there are many factions here, many different factions, even gangs. You can call it, and many of these militias are working on behest of one faction or another. They are usually just wearing simple filthy clothing, which consists of stiff sackcloth robes beneath leather jacks. Their apparel is littered with inscriptions, worthless relics, and other junk they probably believe is somehow important to young Carl. Some of them are armed with flails, which actually, remind you of Talaheim. Others with cudgels, clubs. Only few carry axes. None of them. No, you didn't saw even a single one who carried a sword. But they're not very they're not regular security. They come and go. They're sometimes they patrol in groups of 5, other times in groups of 3. Some for you saw a group, you saw a single group, and then for another half an hour there was no security whatsoever within the camp, and then suddenly in between 15 minutes there were 3 groups of this kind of people wandering and making sure that no one makes any trouble. Yeah, so that's how it looks like.
Yeah, do they seem to be intrusive, or are they just kind of looking out for...
Some of them, yes. Some of them are actually even, making sure that people pay their tithes, whatever that means.
Paris?
Yeah, but others are just patrolling and making sure that the people behave correctly and do not besmirch the name of Carl, of course. Like I've said, I really want to emphasize, this is a place full of fanatics. All of those people only exist to worship the child. Nothing else is important to them. Not the horrible sanitary conditions, not the lack of food, not the plague, which you saw with your own eyes that yes, there is plague in this place. Nothing but Carl, the Sigma Reborn, is important.
And are we? What I didn't catch was, do we still have arms and armor, or
Yeah,
are we?
Yeah, you do. I mean,
We have our stuff.
the ones that you've managed to took from the battle. I mean, I don't recall if some of you lost some of your stuff or not.
Michael,
yeah.
Before we get into combat and it's too late to talk about this, I was supposed to delete something from my character sheet. Was it the dwarven hammers or the armor?
You know what? Keep it. Seriously, no worries. Yeah, just keep it. I was supposed to like help you with this. I didn't. So you have the hammers, you have the armor. The next of you who make new characters will also get a bonus because one that Bran got additional stuff, but the other thing is that this is a rather hard campaign and we are playing for some time. So just so you know, yeah, Bran, keep the stuff. Like no worries.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's what it looks like. This is indeed a horrible place to be, and you can't really imagine any belief that would be so strong as to like warrant this.
Well, so do you guys think we need to sort of get closer to the air quotes compound and sort of walk the perimeter and map it out and then see if we can figure out troop strengths and locations within it, or what do you guys want to do?
I think that'd be good.
I mean, I'm not totally sure how to go about this without being called a heretic and getting murdered, but
Lucas is with you, right?
Yeah.
You don't sound too disappointed.
Yeah. I thought that Leopold...
He's getting fairly unmanageable.
Yes, that is indeed what Andy's character does. He's a factor of chaos, you could say.
Yeah.
Or chaos factor.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I do not mean chaos by,
Yeah, I know.
4 nasty dudes living in the north. But he says like, alright, look, let's just go to the fucking compound, walk three times around it, count the number of guards, ask on our way if the kid really is inside, and that's it.
I don't know if we should be asking that kind of question, and
well, I mean, we obviously need to phrase it.
We could walk around it once, and I think that ought to be enough.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, maybe twice. But I mean, we can certainly, when we ask about the child, we can grovel on our hands and knees and say, I heard he can heal me. I need to be healed. Some bullshit like that.
That might work, and perhaps instead of all of us walking around it 3 times, we'll just send one of us to walk around it each time, and then just kind of collaborate our stories, because we don't want to show any patterns.
Yeah, I would. The only thing I would suggest is that maybe instead of one of us, it's pairs of us. But other than that, yes.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, so that it doesn't so. Or, let's see, how many of us are there? There's Renthar, Vincent, Lucas,
Leopold,
Niels, and then the 2 Leopolds apparently have to go together.
Yeah.
Leopold, Gimpy Leopold needs somebody to help him.
Release the
so what is
gimp.
that? Yeah. So what is that? 7 of us? Does
Ah.
that sound right? Or 6 of us?
Well,
I-
we only need 6.
yeah.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So
But where should we meet? Asks Leopold.
Well, we
Should-
can meet back here and grab a drink afterwards before we head on out.
yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I could take this. I kind of nod over to the new priest. I could keep an eye on this guy. The 2 of us can go as a group.
I
You're-
glare at the guy that just said that.
News.
Sigmar will keep an eye on you.
I was gonna say, do you really want to let Lucas and Niels go together?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nils looks at Lucas, who has this wolfish grin on his face, and then looks at you, Rentar. Father, can I come with you?
I nod, just still looking at Vincent.
Yeah. Lucas is slightly disappointed, but then he slaps Vincent's arm. Well, Vincent, looks like it's you and me. Just like
think
the
it's a
old
good
times.
idea.
Just
Think
like
it's
the...
a good idea to let these 2 guys go alone.
Ah, they're harmless. I'm pretty sure it will be fine. It
I-
will be
I-
fine, right, Father?
I'm like kind of offended that they're asking me that.
You see,
I am a believer. Who are you?
I'm a woodcutter from Talabek land.
So you're a charcoal burner.
Oh, details.
Yeah, it's like woodcutter leads to charcoal burner leads to.
Yeah. So, by the way, who are you to actually nitpick this? Cyclops.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. He lost an eye.
Come on. So, who's going there first? Our dynamic duo, and he points at Rentar and Nils, or
Yeah,
maybe
we probably look the part, so me and the hammer bearer will scope it up first.
I'm actually a
good.
servant. I'm an apprentice, says Nils. But thank you, Father. Oh yeah, sorry, he stutters. Thank you, Father. He speaks like that, by the way. I'm not sure if I'm going to speak like that all the time because this is really irritating. But just remember that the kid stutters a lot. And it's a nervous stutter, you know. So, yeah. Alright, so what? We shall meet here in one. We shall wait for you here for 1 hour, then another one goes? Another pair goes? Asks Leopold.
That
Yeah,
sounds
well,
reasonable.
we'll keep meeting back here.
Alright.
Just try to make a mental note of everything. Don't write anything down.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even have any paper left, so how could we? Asks Leopold.
Well, some of us might. And I look at the 2 new guys.
I think I do, but paper gets rained on.
Yeah, don't write anything down because if you're caught with that, you're dead.
Yeah. And besides, if they're caught with that, says Lucas, they'll probably, before they're killed, they'll probably rat the rest of us out.
Most likely.
Before we'll be able to, silence rescue them. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Well, on your way then, I look at the priest of Sigmar.
I just start walking, like I don't even respond.
Yeah, Nils is following you, by the way, like an obedient puppy. Wait, follow me. He says something like this.
I'm not waiting.
Yeah, well, he's just following you. The rest of you stay near Carl's bounty, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
So, what do you think of this new guy, this priest? You think it's a coincidence?
By the way, Sean, you remember about your mental illness?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I think he has been brought to us by Sigmar, and we should follow his signs.
Lucas is like,
Sigmar.
when you say that.
Vincent says, "Which Sigmar? This one over here?"
The true Sigmar. Watch your tongue.
How do you know which Sigmar is true? Asks Lucas.
Says the true believer knows.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I guess that's what you are supposed to say. Very well. I could use another drink, in all honesty. Well, anyway, we shall wait for them. Brian, you and Nils finally approach the car's compound, and I think that we can actually right now remove the main map from row 20. I'm going to replace it.
Okay.
Okay, just let me quickly. Yeah, it's getting there. Just a second. Oh, yes. This is a big map, big boy. Yeah. Yeah. There's the legend to the left. You don't really know yet what's what, but for simplicity's sake, let's leave it like that. Brian, you approach it from the south, and in the center of the camp, but closer to the woods than the fields, is Car's compound. This large enclosure is screened off with linen sheets stretched between rows of stakes hammered into the soft soil. There is only one gap in the enclosure's wall, well guarded by 8 halberdiers. Just inside the linen sheets, you can see halberdier patrol. You can see pairs of halberdier patrol the perimeter at at some distance from each other. You guess that this is the place. This is the place. You can hear horses from the inside, and you can see large luggage trains also stored within the linen walls. Even from here, you can also see a large blue tent, which is actually guarded by what looks like to you by warrior priests. 2 outside. You can see two warrior priests outside. And of course, a large blue banner with Car's hammer and heart insignia flap on a very tall pole outside the tent and can be seen from anywhere in the camp, even outside it. This is what you see, Brian.
I approach walking with confidence, like I'm supposed to be there.
Okay, all right. You approach the main entrance.
Yeah, the main entrance. I have a stern look on my face, like a proper a Sigmarite.
All right.
Of rank.
The 8 halberdiers naturally bar your way. Stop there. You can come inside. This is Car's compound. Turn around and walk away, says one of them.
I give them sign of the hammer.
They return the sign. You can actually see that. That these men are. They wear white uniforms. With a blue sash around their waists. They are armed with halberds, swords, and shields. You can also clearly see that they are professional soldiers. They're not rabble. Blessings of child be upon you. Now be on your way, says one of them.
Can I offer a blessings to the child for safe travels to Altdorf?
I'm afraid not, but when young Carl will bless another community, you can, from a distance, bless him, says the halberdier.
I'm going to take about like 20 steps back so that they know I'm not a threat, and I'm gonna just like observe, like I'm praying.
All right.
I'm actually just scoping the place out.
All right. Sure. Oh, by the way, you can also
But-
see that between the compound and the rest of the Crusade, there's there's almost more than a dozen yards of empty terrain, which you can actually see on the map. Just so you know. Okay, so
Okay, I don't mind if they see me. I want to look like I'm praying. That like I'm sure they get that all the time. You know what I mean?
yeah. Nils walks back with you, and he asks you quietly, "So what do we do now, Father?"
On your knees and pretend to pray, boy.
Yes, Father. Yes, Father.
That sounds terrible. That sounds terrible.
Always got to purr the mouth.
Oh my.
First priest joke. First priest joke.
Yeah.
Really into character, aren't you?
I was gonna say, this is just seemed from Deliverance.
I figure like while I'm praying, I could stare at the place like unaccosted. You know what I mean? And soak in as many details as I can.
Well, the funny thing is, as you are making your way back and begin to pray on the edge of the Crusades encampment, you see that you can't really see much into the compound, except if you look through the main entrance, because the linen walls are actually pretty tall. So you only see the roofs of a few tents, but other than that, you only see that inside the perimeter is patrolled by the halberdiers, but there are also few knights in full plate armor. You saw them. Interestingly enough, there are servants carrying back and forth. There's a lot of going on there. It's also obvious that people living inside the compound are faring much better than the rest of the Crusade. That said, you are on the edge of the Crusade encampments nearest to the compound, so these people here are also looking much healthier and much richer than the rest of the Crusaders. You know, their tents are bigger, they have more, they are healthier. The stench is slightly less terrible here. It's true what they were saying, that the closer you get to compound, the more important and obviously richer you are. Yeah, so that's it. So that's that. For how long do you pray? The halberdiers don't notice you. I mean, they don't care about you at all.
I guess I want to take the full hour, but I want to walk around the thing if I could do it within an hour. You know, as my hands kind of clasp, like I'm praying.
Yeah, sure, no problem. You can do this.
To see if there's any spots where the wall might be lower or the outside might be more elevated, where I could see more inside the compound.
Yeah, you do this. Unfortunately, no. Those people take their security very seriously. So there are no gaps here. There are no, high spots that could be used to traverse the linen wall more easily. And you hear that within the compound's walls, the guards are more frequent. Yeah. So no, you don't. You don't find any weak spots.
Once I get to the close to the front again, I'm gonna get on my knees and do an actual prayer to the real Sigmar.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell Sigmar that this is where the heathens are, and to strike it with this two-tailed comet.
All right.
You should see. Yeah. So,
Very
and I'm
cool.
going to go back to the other characters.
Okay. Guys, meanwhile, what are you doing? Are you just waiting for him? Are you asking questions?
I think we asked a lot of questions last session, so like I feel like if that's all we do here, that can start to look a little shady. Like though, I guess we can kind of discuss how we're going to approach the situation. I guess we don't really have the eyes on what Brian's character has yet, so it's kind of hard to even do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we're just kind of hanging out.
All right.
I think if that's true, that we've already sort of done the gossip rounds last session at this place, that we've gotten most of what we can extract, or did you guys wait for a lot of rolls? I don't remember.
I think the rolls were mediocre at best, honestly.
Okay.
I thought somebody hit a really.
Yeah, someone did a really good one, but yeah, I mean, it's up to you. I'm not going to like convince you or anything. Just so you know, this is a huge place. So remember, there's a lot to learn here. But true enough, and I think someone told you that, or even one of you told you that to the others, that asking too many questions here, like bad kind of questions, could be potentially hazardous.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sure if we are under the impression that this person is a culprit, and he has such a large gathering and group, I think we can suspect that there's folks in the crowds that work for him.
Yes, there is a possibility for that. So you're waiting for Vrentar to return with news. After an hour or so, the duo returns.
Oh. Keep your words to yourself until we all go through. We don't want any let's just have one discussion about this instead of several every round.
Yes, sir.
Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
Yeah, but the timing sounded like he was like mocking yours. That was funny.
Yeah. Oh, you see that Neus is very nervous and agitated, at what's going on here. He's clearly over his head when it comes to this situation. You are not. Well, even Rentar is not. Even though you didn't really had this, I believe, this kind of adventures before. Although I may be wrong, I don't know. But for the rest of you, this is like Talaheim. You know how to operate in situations like this. So who goes now? Asks Lucas.
Up to you guys. Do you guys want to go next?
Yeah, let's go, Lucas.
Very well. Yeah, keep your eye out.
Well.
And
I'm gonna pray for Sigmar's forgiveness for not being able to smite the child right then and there.
All right, cool. You're praying. Nils is praying with you when he sees that you are, in contemplation. Leopold, Foulbrand, just looks around him with distaste. What about you, Leo? Are you trying to speak with Rentar and Nils, or are you just waiting for Lucas and Vincent to return?
I'll chit chat with Rentar and Nils. So I was like, so how was it? How big is it?
I don't answer until I'm done praying.
Nils says it was very big. Another priest joke in 3, 2, 1.
Oh Lord.
Sorry. Yeah.
Lots of guards.
Yes.
I finish up my my prayers finally, and
they had knights there.
Knights, eh?
Yes.
Interesting.
Vincent, you and Lucas finally emerge from the rows of tents and approach the Carl's compound. You can see it on the map. You can also see the 8 halberdiers guarding the entrance. Actually, I mean, you've stopped at the edge of the encampment because Lucas asks you, should we go there and speak with them or not?
I don't know. I don't think. We might be able to. I'm just trying to think of what we might be able to say. We can, I guess, find out when the next service or prayers from the child will come.
Very
maybe
well.
Maybe at least get some kind of idea on if he ever leaves the tent and speaks to the crowd or not.
All right, I'll cover you. You go and talk to them.
All right. Vince is just kind of standing there trying to think of any other options to do. It's like, all right, well, wait here. I'll see what I can find.
Right, I'm not going anywhere.
All right, Vincent kind of walks up.
Yeah, you approach the place. You see that when you approach, the 8 halberdiers tied their grips on their weapons, but none of them makes any sudden moves. Welcome, true believer, says one of them. The entrance to the compound is closed for you, but may the blessings of the child be upon you, and be on your way.
Thank you, sir. Quick question. I was hoping to know, and Vincent's kind of anxious, holding his hands. Will we be able to? I just arrived, not just a day ago, and will we be able to see the child? Will he give us a service or speak to us or
Not today. Tomorrow
or bless us with his sight?
Not today. Tomorrow we move towards Aldorf. Maybe on the way, the young master Karl, Sigmar Reborn, will be able to give his faithful a blessing. But that's not certain. No. It's up to Father Helmut, and his main responsibility is to take care of the child's safety. So it's up to him. Anyway, on your way now.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. And I kind of
Yes.
the bow and like step backwards and
Yeah.
and
You see that they were inspecting you with rather suspicious glances. You can tell that.
okay. Then I'm going to kind of walk past Lucas and kind of go back into the camp and around the corner.
Yeah, Lucas of
kind of
course
wait
follows.
for Lucas. So it sounds like they're packing up tomorrow, or packing up to leave tomorrow.
Well, with any luck, they will be leaving tomorrow without one child.
And perhaps it might be a good time for our new woodland friends to ambush in the chaos of them all preoccupied.
I don't think you should use that word too much, says Lucas. It's has a nasty sound to it. But yeah, I generally agree with you.
I'm going to kind of look to now. You said it's in the middle of the camp, but closer to the trees.
Yes.
Vincent's kind of looking, and to the edge of the camp or the center of the camp to the tree line, and be like, "So Lucas, how far can an arrow fly?"
It depends. Why are you asking?
And kind of just look to the trees. Well,
You want to take the kid yourself?
no, not me. I'm wondering if an arrow from the forest will reach the camp.
I'm sure that our pointy-eared friends have it covered. I also think that you think too much. Let's go back.
Yeah, I was just kind of getting how close we are to the trees.
Pretty close, but you are not close to the eastern part of the trees, unfortunately.
Oh, so it's more the northern part of the trees.
Yeah. So the elves will probably stage their attack from the east.
Okay.
So you make your way back.
Trying to think. There's. I guess I would do the same thing where like I would try to get eyes on all sides of the camp. Maybe on the way back, I'll kind of I'll travel through the main camp, but then I'll kind of poke around every so often to kind of get different angles of the camp. But I imagine I'd see the same thing.
All right. Yeah, you
Brian's
see.
character would see. So
you see.
After that, I'd head back to the camp.
Yeah, unfortunately,
sure.
you see the exact same thing.
Yeah.
The camp is the compound is pretty well protected, so to speak. So, yeah,
No.
It will be hard for you.
On our return, I'm gonna kind of nod and just be like, "See you in a bit, Leopold."
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys see that both Lucas and Vincent returned, safe and sound. So, says Lucas, it's your turn now.
Can you guys tell me anything about the layout of the camp?
Single entrance, walls all the way around, cloth walls. Can't really say other than that.
Did you guys walk around the back?
Yeah, we got angles on all sides, but only one entrance.
Was there anybody looking out over the walls?
No, it just looked like a cloth visual barrier. Didn't seem like actual walls.
Okay.
Though can't say what's behind it. They might have some kind of scaffolding battlements of some sort.
All right.
How tall were the walls? Did you mention that, or the cloth?
Oh, they're.
I imagine they're like 8 feet, just
something
higher
like that.
than a person.
Yeah, they're higher than a person. You can't really look over them anyway. In any way, you would have to climb a tree or bring a ladder, something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm having a weird computer thing where if I need to start rolling dice or something, I'll have to probably restart because my mouse isn't reacting to anything. So just a heads up.
All right, sure.
Comes to that.
We can roll for you, actually.
Okay, that works too.
No, I think it's better than restarting, honestly. So, right, Leopold, are you taking second Leopold and go to the compound?
Yes, and I tell him that what I want to do first is sort of walk around the whole thing from a distance before approaching the entrance.
No offense, maybe I should do that. And he looks at at your crutch.
Okay.
I mean, it sounded bad. He looks at at your walking implement, so to speak.
All right.
Yeah. But if someone will have to approach the gate, perhaps it should be you. I mean,
Yeah, though that's exactly what my plan was: is to approach the gate and plead for the child's blessing and healing.
Yeah. All right. So you once again approach the edge of the Crusade's encampment. You wait between the tents.
Hobbling over there on one leg.
Yeah. You wait between the tents while Leopold takes around the compound. He returns.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty tight. There's no other entrance. The walls are high. I mean, they are made from cloth, but I've heard like lots of people inside.
Yeah, I was just wondering if we could poke a hole in it and peek in, but maybe that's too risky.
I'm not comfortable with doing that.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to wait here, or do you want to help
Yeah.
me get over to the gate?
I honestly think I should wait here.
Okay. I will hobble over to the main entrance and see what I can see.
Yeah, you'll be able to gain more sympathy if you hobble by yourself there.
Sounds good.
All right, old man. I'll wait for you here. Best of
That's
luck.
one way to pick up a girl, lose a leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you hobble
So
on
I
your single
yeah.
leg using a crutch to the entrance.
Yep.
You once again, this time your character sees the 8 halberdiers. When you approach, of course, they are not making any kind of hostile move because you're a cripple.
Yeah.
One of them, extends his hand. "Hold there, traveler! Unfortunately, you can't enter. But may the blessings of the child be upon you, and may Carl's aura lesser your pain."
Oh, bless you, brother. When will the child grace us with his presence? I need to be healed by his healing touch.
The child will not emerge today. Tomorrow we march towards Altdorf. Maybe along the way, he'll be able to bless a few of the souls within the Crusade. But I'm not promising anything.
When will we be leaving so I can get up in front and possibly see the child?
When you say that, you see that a few of the halberdiers look at each other with incredulous looks. They're not like making fun of you, but you see that your intention is clearly for them is clearly impossible. The man that speaks to you, we move out at tomorrow's dawn.
Bless you, brother.
With the first light. If you'll be able to somehow catch up with the front of the Crusade, you have a bigger chance to be blessed.
Yes. Maybe I should just stay here all night.
Well, you can't really stay here, but you can stay there between those tents if you wish so.
What tents is he pointing at?
He points to the rest of the Crusade of the Child. Like I
so
said,
everything outside of the cleared area.
Yeah,
It.
yeah.
I was just making sure. I
Yeah.
was like, you mean like number 9?
No. He's not pointing towards those tents.
Yeah, right.
But he does point to the tents at the very edge of the Crusade. Anyway, I bid you farewell, and may the child bless you.
And may he bless you, brother.
Thank you. And with that,
Hammer signs and all that stuff.
yeah. And with that, you hop back to Leopold, and then probably move back towards Carl's Bounty, I presume.
Yep.
Very well. Awesome. Right. So you eventually, it takes for the two of you, it takes the two of you the longest time to return because of your leg, but eventually you make your way back. The rest of your party waits for you.
Should we take this conversation outside of the camp?
Probably.
Maybe you should just find an empty tent, says Lucas, and speak there.
Well, we need to report to
We know to whom.
yeah.
Why don't we just do that? Why don't we just go back to where we're supposed to be? Now that we have the information.
Yeah.
We're probably not going to get any better information than this.
Yeah, it's probably the best idea, says Leopold.
Alright, well, that's in the same groups we traveled in to scout. Maybe we should head that way. Keep a little dispersion.
Alright.
So maybe we should just disperse, says Leopold, meet in like 2 hours near the village, like on the road near the village, and then move into the woods.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I feel like Leopold and I should take the most direct route back to the village, since we'll take the longest to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fare thee well then. Till then, let's go, Lucas.
Yeah, sure.
Vincent kind of.
Sigmar's peace be upon you.
Yeah, thanks, says Lucas.
Yeah, Vincent's kind of cautious about speaking about more in a place like this. Like he's knowing that there's fanatics in the area. He's keeping the more servant of more on the down low.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Play-wise, I feel like you discussed that last session that there's a strain of people in the Crusade who are like, we need to get rid of all these other gods. Or am I just imagining that?
Of course there is. There are only people here who worship the child, or Sigmar. But usually child as Sigmar, basically.
Yeah.
You haven't saw any Uricans, Shadayans, Myrmidians, no Morites, nothing. And you think that it would probably be very dangerous, actually, to show any other signs of faith here. Just so you know. Alright. With that, within 2 hours, you meet outside the Crusades encampment, on the edge of the village. The village which I remind you is named Guten. Guten, actually. It's a small farm town in a patch of cleared forest, a mile of the main road. You meet near an abandoned smithy. Yeah. Are you discussing anything before going to the elves, or do you want to speak one more time?
Well, we might as well discuss what we've all found, see if we can collaborate, just so we're not tripping over each other's feet when speaking with the elves.
Good idea. So, yeah, it seems like there's no real way to ascertain the troop levels inside the compound because they won't let us in, and they seem to be heavily guarded at the entrance. Is that everybody else's?
It's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Why? What did you see?
A lot of people and a lot of armed people, fanatical people.
Like fanatical people, like in the camp?
Knights.
Knights. How many?
I know I saw 8 halberders. Out of character, how many knights did I see, like, roughly?
You saw 2. They were walking side by side, speaking quietly to each other.
At least 2.
By the way, have you guys? Do you guys know the composition of the Crusades, like high command? Because I don't
think so.
You reviewed. We did have a discussion on a lot of the who's in charge of the guard.
Right.
You did go into a lot of detail on the administratives and like the champions, and so we did get a lot of that information from you last session.
Right. So it says here that I think that Father Helmut is responsible for the spiritual side.
Yes.
Van de Beer in charge of logistics, and Lord Eisenbach is lending his knights. That's the 3 things that I have here right at the end of the notes from last session.
You should then you should also.
Oh, and Captain Krieger is in charge
exactly.
of security.
Krieger Brickhalter is captain of the security, and those halberdiers were probably his, while the knights probably belong to Eisenbach.
I think it'd be realistic to assume that there's quite a bit more than just 2 knights. They were in garb.
Yeah, they were. But you didn't really saw any details, Bran.
Okay. Not that I don't know much about knights either, so I wouldn't recognize it other than armor, right?
Yeah, no, unfortunately not.
we could probably assume more than a dozen then. Because knights don't linger around in their plate mail, so if you saw 2 of them in their mail walking around, there's probably a lot more that you didn't see. Just playing the odds.
Elves are skilled marksmen, but I'm not sure this is something they can do.
What other soldiers? Did you see any other soldiers? You seem to have had a better eye than anybody else.
I don't think I saw any other soldiers. I saw 8 halberders, but there was armed fanatics everywhere, like militias almost.
Yeah, those all of you saw essentially.
Like the whole camp is armed. It's not like half the camp is the guards. Like the whole camp are guards.
Were the 8 halberdiers uniformed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Each of you can roll Common Knowledge Empire.
Miguel, if you could do that for me.
Yeah, I'm going to right now. You've passed. I'm going to roll for Leopold. He passed. I'm going to roll for Lucas.
Ooh, I
He
passed.
didn't pass, yeah.
No, I had a. I'm trying to think. But,
Yeah, by the way, yeah, sorry. Sean and Jason, you know that those guards, they were wearing Reikland uniforms.
Okay.
The like white uniforms are the colors of Reikland. Leopold also says that those boys were sporting, Reikland uniforms. Huh. Well, I'm pretty sure there's a story behind this. Lucas says like whatever. Rentar, you also don't know that you didn't know that those uniforms were Reikland essentially. Yeah, so you know
and
that
we're not yet in Reichland, are we?
you are, of course you are.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought we were north of the river.
No, you are. You've crossed Middenland and you are in Reikland right now.
Oh, okay.
But you're rather close to the border, honestly. To the border between the provinces. Are you discussing anything else, or are you going straight to the elves?
We need their input. I
guess
hate to say I need a elf's opinion, but if they're the ones going to be carrying out the attacks, then they need to know what we know at this point.
Well, we know they're packed. I was told that they were packing up tomorrow at some point and heading to Altdorf.
That might be the perfect time to do it.
I don't know if it'd be wise to attack while the camp is being broken down, or if it'd be better to
maybe
attack
on the road. In the forest.
No.
We need to talk to the elves.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys missed?
What?
Anything else that came up that wasn't mentioned?
I don't think so. I honestly think that you guys spoke about everything that that you were supposed to.
Yeah, so we all know they're leaving at first daylight, and the troops that we all saw. Okay.
Yeah. So what? You're making your way to the forest, and then around the forest to the east side, and speak with the elves, I presume.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Vincent's kind of thinking about if there's 8 guards at the front. They're probably on some kind of shift, which probably means there's a good few dozen just halberds
They
inside at
didn't seem to
least.
be on any kind of. It was sporadic. The patrols.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, there's 8 guys at the front. Like, that means there's a lot more than 8 guys inside because they're not going to have their guys standing guard 24/7. Like, they probably have like 4-hour shifts. Maybe once, twice a day. That's like.
They're not that organized.
I think the guys in the camp are very organized. In Carl's compound, if they have knights.
Am I thinking of like earlier in the larger camp?
Yeah, the larger camp is very disorganized. I think Carl's
Okay.
compound is very. It has uniformed military, professional soldiers, knights.
Yeah.
I think I imagine the.
I'm confused too.
I imagine like the wall structure and everything kind of. I imagine it looked pretty professionally put together. Is that kind of accurate?
Yeah, I mean they had cleared several yards around it of major obstacles and cover. So I think it's safe to say that this is professional soldiers doing this.
Yeah, it's very professional, says Lucas. That's why they've put fucking line and walls around the compound.
Well,
And they
but
did well.
It's a mobile camp. That's all.
Well, in
Well, they
Talabek,
did well to hide everything.
in Talabek land, even mobile camps have solid walls, which are usually transported with the rest of the troops. But
Yeah. Well,
we can all be Talabek landers now, can we?
No, we
Thank
can't all
God.
be rats.
Mm. Yes. Yeah, Niels looks nervously at you when you are, saying things like that and clearly taking jabs at each other. Leopold is like, yeah, well, maybe we should just go to fucking else and be done with it, right?
sounds good to me.
Excellent. Come on, old man, you need some help walking through the forest. And
Yes.
he helps you, walking through the forest, because with Leopold's condition, it takes you a much longer time to actually reach the eastern side.
We're gonna have to get a special needs van for him, like to do a quest.
Yeah.
Wheelchair van.
Anyway, you you enter the east side of the forest eventually. Of course, you don't really know where the elves are. They didn't told you where they would be waiting. That said, at a split second, a few of the bushes moved, and you see tall life warriors in long green cloaks, camouflaged, just emerging from the undergrowth, like they were one with it. They have their weapons ready, but they're not pointing them at you. One of the elves takes off its hood, its coriael. You've returned. Tell me, humans. Tell me everything about what you saw inside. You see that behind him, 2 of his compatriots are holding Father Johannes by his arms, who is both furious and afraid at his predicament. Well, says the elf.
With the camp is
should
overall
we,
is very.
should we speak in front of this priest?
Yes. As you can see, he's no threat.
Right. Go ahead,
So-
Leopold.
I was gonna say, so the overall camp is very disorganized and full of roving bands of fanatics, militia. Once you get further in towards the center where the child is, it's more organized. The compound itself is walled off linen and appears to be heavily guarded by professional soldiers from Reichland.
I see.
We weren't able to get inside, but they've said they're going to break camp at dawn tomorrow and head for Altdorf.
Very well.
I want to make note that they had 8 halberdiers at the front, which means there's probably significantly more on rest inside. I wouldn't be surprised if there were over 100 foot soldiers, and we saw a couple of knights, which just 2 knights. I wouldn't be surprised if they had over a dozen in those walls, and they're professional. They're not the rabble that you see out in the camp.
When you're telling him that they're professional and so on, he looks at you strangely, as if you're making a joke. Doesn't matter. They're still only humans. Very well.
I scoff.
You shall accompany us to the edge of the camp and point out the landmarks, and then remain there whilst we, me and my men, infiltrate the camp. The priest will remain with you. We'll strike at midnight. Is that clear?
Yes, I'm just curious how you are going to infiltrate the camp.
That's our concern, human, not yours.
Yes, okay.
There is, I'm sure by now you're aware of this. I'm trying to think back. Do we know that there's like some mysticism and that type of thing going on with this character?
With what? With which
Yeah.
character?
With the child.
Kid.
Yes, of course. The elves even told you that this
Okay,
child
so
is.
the elves know, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if they were privy to the knowledge that there's magic involved.
No.
I just wanted to make sure that they knew.
They knew.
So if they know, then I wouldn't have said anything. Okay.
We shall wait here for a few hours, then move to the spot which will be perfect for launching the assault. Rest now.
And we are to meet you after the assault?
No, you're staying with us right now. After the assault, it doesn't matter what you do or what you won't do. We are fully prepared to lay our lives for this cause. After this thing happens, you can just leave.
I do the hand signal to Moore, the hand in front of the face when he says lay down his lives.
Right.
John Cena.
I say true Sigmarites are also willing to lay down their lives for this cause.
The elves do not comment this in any way. Some of them just look at you strangely. Johannes looks at you, with a mix of contempt and pity, you guess. Like you're a fool who's saying things like that. But then again, you guess that he's not the exact type of, Sigmarite that would make Sigmar happy. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Nils is, by the way, when you said this, Nils is like, he made a sign of the hammer, by the way.
When Brian's character said that, I want to look over to Leopold and kind of see how he reacts to the true Sigmarites will throw their lives away for. I'm kind of trying to see how.
But which Leopold?
One-legged Leopold.
Okay.
Or Leopold.
Yeah.
Mr. Sean.
Mr. Sean.
Yes.
How are you reacting?
Yes. For the true Sigmar, we will gladly lay down our lives as he put himself in peril to forge the Empire.
Lucas is like, He's just rolling his eyes, but he's not saying anything. The elves are like, "Are you done? Can we move now, please?"
I thought you were already gone.
Around.
Call friends.
Oh, that probably could have gotten us into the gate.
Yeah.
You're like creating a wave like at a baseball game with Carl Francis, and you run while it's... Quick, now run!
Yeah. Like there was this Facebook event, Storm Area 51. You
Yeah.
should create one Storm Chaos compound.
Yep.
We have more bodies than they have spears.
Yes. Probably true.
Yeah, probably it is true. That said, you are moving with the elves further to the a bit further to the south from your current position, and then it's just a few hours of waiting between the bushes. A good few hours. Some of you might want to take a nap because
Yep.
it's still early enough for you to catch some sleep.
Leopold is on that.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
do, you don't have to worry about the watches because the elves are taking care of it. For example, you see that Lucas, grabs a nap. Leopold Fowlbrand also just props himself, at a tree and tries to catch a few hours of sleep. So I guess the rest of you also do this because you are pretty tired. Remember that after that whole business with the Beastman.
Vincent says that he's also going to sleep, but he's going to kind of get in a position where he can watch the crowd and,
You mean the compound, the Crusade?
No, us.
Oh, us.
All
Alright.
With the priests. I'm keeping an eye on the priests and all the new individuals. But he's going to say, yeah, I want to get some shut-eye too.
Alright, sure thing. What about you, Vrentar?
I want to pray for a bit, but then get some sleep as well.
Alright, sure. Nils is probably feeling kind of guilty, or looking, at Johannes and at you, but and he probably stays the longest awake of all of you, but in the end he also can't fight with with his organism, and he just goes to sleep very, very tired. Okay, guys.
I would.
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
And what I'm also going to try to get in a position where I can kick Lucas awake.
All right.
Without making any noise in case I do something. If I do see something suspicious, because I'm suspicious that people are crashing. I don't know. Vincent is on edge right now.
All right, sure, no problem. Get that. Bing.
Sorry, I found a secret.
Sure. By the way, guys, let's take a 5-minute break. I need to make myself a drink. Okay? We'll be back in 5
sounds good.
minutes.
Sure.
Cool.
I am going to take this time to restart my computer. I don't know what's going on with it. I think I have a video player that's been freezing my computer. I'll be back.
Cool.
Hello? Sounds like I'm back.
Alright, I'm back.
Howdy, howdy.
I'm back.
Yeah, me too.
So am I. With the working computer.
Well, that's always good.
Have you played a Necromunda yet?
The new one? No, I haven't played the new one yet.
Yeah, I'm playing the shit out of it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. My only concern about it, well, two concerns. One was that they were sort of piecemeal rolling out the books. Was one thing that was a little annoying.
Oh yeah, I paid like $160 just to have rules to play. Yeah, that's stupid.
And then I wouldn't say I got burned, but back when Shadow War Armageddon came out, I was like, oh, here's Shadow War Armageddon, and it's sort of semi like the old Necromunda, and got it and played a couple games with some guys out in California. And I was like, oh yeah, we're not doing that anymore now. Now it's the new Necromunda. I was like, what the fuck?
I don't let them ruin. Yeah, but I mean, like, if you hold on to a game, you'll find a group eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just it. Essentially, honestly, the rules don't really matter. It's just like, tell me what I need to roll to hit, what I need to roll to wound. If there's like some special whatever, we're just kind of rolling dice and shooting at our space dudes. So it doesn't really matter.
What I'm doing is I'm trying to buy like literally everything they make for Necromunda as far as miniatures and rulebooks. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm stockpiling it like a doomsday prepper because I think they're gonna pull the plug on it like within the next year.
Well, that's what I did with the old medals. Is like I started playing a little bit with those guys at KublaCon in the Bay Area, and they were like heavily into it. So I started, so I have like Orlocks and Delax and rat skins.
Stockpiled them.
Yeah, so I have like a bunch that I really need to be painting, but then I got on that project for like, oh, let's do a Realm of Chaos Warbands, Renegades, campaign. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And so
I'm back.
So hey. So my painting projects are always all over the place. Now the new hotness amongst the guys that I met up with in England is everybody wants to play Epic now because we did that Titan battle. And so now I'm like, oh, let's play like everybody gets 2,000 points of Epic. And,
you were at Warhammer Wars, Sean?
Yeah, I did. I
Awesome.
thought I told you guys that I was going to do that. Yeah, so I left July 31st and I got back August 5th.
Wow.
It was rough. But I had a good time, and my first time driving outside the country, and it was interesting to,
drive on the other side.
Yeah, drive on the other side and like 3 hours in rush hour traffic up to Nottingham. It was awesome.
Yeah.
We played like 3 games of Realm of Chaos up at Warhammer World.
Okay.
Before on the Friday, and then the rest of the weekend we were over at War Games Foundry and we played. We played the Titan battle, which was essentially Titan Legions, epic rules. We played Strontium Dogs. A guy made up a scenario for I guess there was something in the Strontium Dog comics where they went back in time to try to kidnap Hitler.
Okay.
During the last days of the war. So he made up a scenario for that was kind of funny. And then we did, what was the other one we did? We did Terminator. I guess there was a kickstarted Terminator Hypothesis game. And so we played that. So that was, it was like 15 of us, all trying to free some scientists or whatever in the middle, and essentially the last person left alive is the winner. So.
Okay.
And we also did. There was a Ash Waste race game. That was fun.
The Dark Future, something like that.
Well, yeah. Well, what it was, you could have vehicles or whatever, but most people made like weird, lizard or whatever things to ride on, or terror bird kind of things. But there were a couple of actual vehicles, like some bikes and stuff.
Okay.
But mainly it was just people, converting up these crazy things. Like one guy had like some weird space gnome on a tortoise. It was cool. Another guy had a Gene Stealer on some kind of weird, like, I think it was supposed to be like a Chaos Steed or something. A newer sculpted one. I want to say it might have been from Nightmare Games, maybe.
Okay.
I can't remember. I've seen it before, but I couldn't remember where it came from exactly. And yeah, so stuff like that. I think there were some people who painted up some Void figures for it. I ended up putting I had a Marauder Fanatic that I had bought off eBay that was broken in half, so I split his legs up the middle, up his crotch, and mounted him on a Bob Ollie sculpted Basilisk from Reaper.
Okay.
So stuff like that. I'm trying to think of any other games I played in. I think that was all the games I played in, but they had all kinds of cool stuff there. I mean, like massive, huge Warhammer Fantasy Battle table, huge War Master, huge epic on that same table as the War Master.
I always wanted to get into War Master, but never did.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean,
I have some stuff for it, but I don't think I've ever played a game.
Yeah.
Well, I think for that scale of game where you have like many regiments, it's a better game than Warhammer Fantasy Battle. Once you get past a certain points level, it gets a little too unwieldy, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard.
So I think War Master is great for that. For once you get over like the 3,000 point army phase, you need to switch over to the smaller scale. But
yeah, I like Warhammer battles always seemed like very small scale to me.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's although it's supposed to be rank and flank kind of stuff. It feels a little bit more like a skirmish type game.
Yeah, 40k too.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing, bigger points. Like Heresy has this cool feel. It really feels like if you're reading the books, it really feels like you're, just part of this galactic civil war. Especially if you bring out knights and titans and super heavies, which are all over the place. But yeah, I never had this feeling of a really huge conflict in any of the table games. But then again, I do prefer skirmish games. For example, my favorite 40k format is Zone Mortalis. If you guys know what it is, it's like
I've heard of the Zone Mortalis terrain.
It's combat in a very tight confines, like corridors, rooms. And each round something can come crashing on your head, stuff like that. It's fantastic, especially if you bring dreadnoughts. You open the door and suddenly just this 5-meter war machine charges at you with fists blazing. There's nothing quite like it. I prefer it much more to the normal games, because in normal games it quickly turns into I've bought this really fancy model for $3,000 and you don't.
Yeah.
Sucks to be you. Now I'm going
Yeah,
to blow you
kinda.
in the first turn,
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was playing Warhammer Fantasy a lot, and yeah, the games never really felt that big. Shame, really. But I still love the game.
Yeah, well, I mean that's we usually the guys I get together with the most, we play Warhammer 3rd or Rogue Trader. That's usually the rules that we're using, and that they have problems, but if you just kind of hand wave it, or have a games master who just says, yeah, you can't do that, or yeah, sure, why not, then it's you just have to sort of mutually agree to fudge the the gray areas and deal with things as they come up. And if you're not playing competitively, it's not hard.
Yeah. Well,
So,
that's
yeah,
how
that's
all
the-
my armies were, though. Like,
Yeah.
they were super uncompetitive. It was like my Imperial Guard army was like, I need an infantry company, 3 platoons of 3 squads each with a
Right.
weapons platoon, and then all I had was like 3 chimeras. But besides that, and I was like, this isn't competitive.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It seems like an actual unit that would exist.
Right, exactly. That's the problem I was having when I went for this RT game locally here, and I was like, oh yeah, this is an advanced company of this platoon that I've got here, landing on this planet and fighting, and I went out and I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to take this hill. Okay, I run up on top of the hill. It's like, oh, the squat player with his vehicles and sentinels, chewed me up and spit me out. That's great.
It's like the classic Space Marine army of 2 tactical squads of 5 Marines each, and then everything else is elites or heavies. Or...
standard.
Yeah.
Which is funny because lore-wise, tactical Marines are actually pretty high in the Space Marine chapter. Actually, they're just below veterans. Because you go Scout, Assault Marine, Devastator, and then Tactical. Or Devastator, Assault, Tactical, stuff like that.
There's
Hey, Brian.
Also, sorry, go ahead.
Yo,
Did you play in the Apocalypse game way back in the day at Hobbytown, USA?
maybe. It depends on the era.
They brought in a huge orc army to fight against Black Templars and Imperial Guard, and like they just had maybe 100 Space Marines, a few Terminators, and then that was like it. They didn't have any vehicles. And then the Imperial Guard had a bunch of, like, it seemed very like an army should be, with very few vehicles and heavies and stuff like that. It was pretty neat, like having to fight killer cans with just Terminators, because that's all we really had, type of thing.
Yeah, it's climactic.
It was
that
like,
sounds interesting.
yeah, it wasn't like you had to answer to everything, type of thing.
Yeah, but for example, I'm not. I'm playing in a Polish Horse Heresy League. We are playing competitively, but we are also not assholes about it. So like there are certain things that you must have, like for example quad mortars, Sicaran battle tank, stuff like this. It's mandatory, but even so, like you can still win without them, and that's cool. And during friendly games, it's even better. And I'm all for friendly games. I'm all for non-competitive stuff, like for playing for fun. Is just the best. I'll later actually send you a very cool photo of a game that I did a few months ago. Like it was Genestealer Recruits and my Imperial Guard versus 2 Space Marine chapters, and we got our asses handed to us. But the terrain in my house, my friend makes terrain almost professional, on a professional level. Like you, Brian. Well, I mean, you're still making a better one, just so you know. But he's making some very cool pieces. It was one of the coolest games because of the terrain itself. Like a good table tells a story. It's my opinion. That's what I really like about those comics that you've shown, Sean.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing is Wargames Foundry and Warhammer World. Obviously, they have like just tons of like here's some cool terrain. Use it.
Yeah. So. I've heard about the terrain at Warhammer World, and it's supposedly very, very, very nice.
It's nice. What's sad is the number of people who then put their unpainted,
Yeah,
still smelling of super glue. Apparently not. Not when we were there. There were some guys. It was funny because we were sitting there. There were I don't know, like 10 or 12 of us sitting there playing this ROC thing, and then as the day progressed, more people dropped off. Were talking or doing whatever. So we started sort of condensing, and these guys had been building a kit on the paint station next to us, and they were like, "Oh, are you guys still using this table?" And I'm like, "No, go ahead, you can use it." Yeah, and they literally had just built this freaking, I guess it was I don't know if it was a dreadnought or some kind of robot thing. Had just glued it together and put it on the table and started playing. Like,
oh my god! I hope they got kicked out shortly after that.
No, they kept on playing, and that's kind of where we were at. As I was just like, it's like, it's cool and all that you just bought this thing and you want to see what it does and whatever, but it's just like I would be mortified. Like they were giving me constant shit the entire time I was trying to get ready for going over to England. Like, oh, are you going to be finished? And honestly, there were a lot of times I didn't think I would be, but I just essentially painted nonstop for 2 weeks to get my stuff finished. I ended up taking about 35 figures over there.
Yeah. Well, the less I say about my army's like painting, the better, because yeah. Let's get back to the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna start trying to use contrast paints. The guys that
I fucking love them. They're amazing.
Yeah. I have a Adeptus Mechan. Well, he's a Tech Marine, but I'm going to use him as an Adeptus Mechanicus because I can't freaking find for love nor money, an original Adeptus Mechanicus figure. I think I'm just going to paint him, my normal way, because in my mind I'm going to paint Gene Stealers and like Advanced Hero Quest Skaven with with contrast paints to learn how to use them, because that seems like a kind of easy thing to do.
Yeah.
That I can learn how to use the medium a little bit better.
Yeah,
than,
sure.
Something that because also I've seen a lot of Space Marines painted with contrast, and they don't look as good. I feel like you need something that has a lot more texture on it to really.
John Blanche does it really good with contrast paint. If you've seen the Night Haunt shit he did,
yes,
he's using it like watercolor basically.
Blanche is awesome. Yeah,
yeah. I actually I was too chicken to talk to him. He was there at Bring Out Your Lead.
Oh,
he and
Tony really?
Him and Tony Acklin were there, and Trish Carden, who used to be Trish Morrison, was there, and of course Brian Ansell was there. Rick Priestley and Nigel Stillman showed up.
Oh wow!
At one point, but
I
was just like, yeah, I was lame, and I was just like, oh, look, there's these cool people. I don't know what to say to them. So, but I did talk to Tony Yates a little bit.
Okay.
He does the blog Shadow Kings. And he did a bunch of he's a very good artist. I don't know if you've probably seen his stuff and just didn't know it was him. And he did some GW stuff back in the day. My
favorite GW artist is David Gallagher, without a doubt. Especially his fantasy stuff is awesome.
Yeah. And Kev Adams was there doing his charity sculpt thing, but it was like, wall to wall. You couldn't get in there. There was like a stack of stuff for him to do the entire time I was there. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, maybe I'll get to do it. I'll get to see him on Sunday. But he worked on Friday and Saturday only.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah. No worries. It's actually it is very interesting, and I would love to hear more about it. Like, for example, next time before the game,
sure.
I can pester you for the photos as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, you are in the woods, and the midnight strikes finally. Lorinok is preparing his warriors to actually enter the Crusade and finish the Sigmar Reborn, or maybe not. Who knows? Maybe he's not Sigmar Reborn. Maybe he really is an abomination. You see that Lorinok makes his way to you. Let's say for simplicity's sake that for simplicity's sake that you're all near each other, and he asks you, "All right, tell me, where's the nearest entrance point from here? Like the nearest, easiest entrance point to the Crusade?"
Well, you go this way, and hang a right at Albuquerque.
Yeah, he essentially, he asks you a few questions about defenses, stuff like this. You also see that he has 4 picked scouts with him, and this will probably be the elves who will enter the compound. You don't know where Coriel is and the rest of his wood elves. now each of you please make me a +10 perception test.
Okay, I restarted, so I should have my dice here.
Alright, Brian passed. I'm going to roll for Lucas.
Ooh.
Sean didn't. I think that Lucas also. I think that Lucas did. Leopold. Wow. Jason, nice. Very nice. Leopold passed. Let me see.
Roll versus agility.
No,
Sorry, that's funny.
I always get that one screwed up.
Yeah.
It's intelligence. I have a 36 in intelligence.
You passed it with flying colors. It's just funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only have one eye, so now it's agility.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
have to keep my-
Sense of
So,
smell.
Leopold, you are, you are quietly speaking with the elves about the compound's defenses, stuff like this. You are all hiding in the bushes, of course. It's midnight. It's completely dark here. You don't really see anything. But suddenly you see that the elves are have stopped moving completely. They are they're just standing still, like rock
Nice.
still. You are still speaking quietly because they are elves and you're not really familiar with their behavior,
Yeah.
But the rest of you, except Leopold, you suddenly hear strange sounds coming from all around you, and you smell something horrible coming from nearby. It's apparent that there's something very wrong with these woods. Rentar, you suddenly see a shadowy movement in the trees. Vincent, another movement on the other side of the party. You see a glimpse of a face appearing in a patch of moonlight, but this face, it's all wrong. It's like rotten, decaying. The reek of death assaults all of you from all sides. The elves drew their weapons instantly, very quietly, and they've all pulled you closer to the bushes, closer to the trees. They're making signs with their fingers like shh, just not utter a sound, essentially. Because you know that you're not alone in the woods anymore and that there are horrible things crawling all around you. Unfortunately, Thank you. Unfortunately, Johannes is your downfall. Terrified by the noises and shadows, he trips and crashes noisily into a hush. The movement, the nearby movement, suddenly stops, and you hear. But you also hear. Leopold, you remember.
Should we hear that cough at the end too?
Yeah, you. Yes, that too. Leopold, you remember the canals under Marienburg and the horrible pallid creatures who lived there. The creatures who gave you your limp, your initial limp.
Yeah.
While you, Vincent, you remember Talaheim and the creations of Dr. Gugula Skell infesting the Grand Manor. The forest around you crawls with the undead, and they've just spotted you. The elves shout a war cry, something like Mael Danan, and they rush towards the undead things, even though there are lots of them, and you can see it right now. That literally the woods are crawling with the undead, while some of the vile fiends lurch toward you. So first we'll roll for initiative, and then we'll roll for willpower tests. You guys roll first. Brian, you first. D10 plus your agility.
And 1 second, I was refilling my coffee.
No worries.
All right, initiative.
Do
Yes.
you only get a negative if you have full mail or any piece of mail?
Any piece of mail.
Okay.
So you're 50. All right. Now, Jason, roll your initiative. 42. Sean. 40. I'm going to roll for first. Lucas.
Oh.
Yeah. Someone can note this, please. Like the initiative order. I would be very grateful.
I'm sorry, I'm -5 of that.
All right.
So
Lucas is 49.
Lucas, 49.
Yeah. And Leopold Fowlebrand. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a fast boy. Because he's 52. Okay. And then I roll for Nils. Oh my! Wow! Yeah, Nils sucks. 40. Leopold, you're still first. By the way.
Well, What's
Do I have a
yours,
hand
Leopold?
weapon of any kind? Because
I think you do.
Okay.
I think you have like a hatchet.
wait,
What?
Leopold's first with 40?
no, I'm
No,
first
no,
before Niels.
fir-
Niels and I rolled.
Oh,
a similar
okay.
number,
Yeah.
but I go before
Alright,
him.
alright.
Okay, Johannes doesn't really matter. All right. So essentially, oh yeah, and I have to roll for them, but they will be last. I mean these zombos are very last, and your basic initiative, Leopold, is 43, right?
Mine is. I thought it was 38. Oh, my agility is 43, but then I get the minus modifiers.
So after the
Yeah.
modifiers,
30.
what's your basic agility?
Well, it says here my initiative score is 38, and then I rolled whatever I rolled to get it up to 42.
All right.
40,
So
I rolled that. Oh.
so
Yeah, for some reason I have 2 -5s. I'm not really sure why I have 2 -5s, but that's
yeah, I
what
also
have.
don't.
The sickness and armor?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm wondering if
Or double sickness?
well, I added a -5 in the initiative thing. I added a -5 modifier, and then I think it might be giving me another -5 for baked in for.
Well, remember
for
about the
mail.
leg. Remember about the leg,
Yeah.
by the way.
Okay.
I
Well,
think
that might be even more then.
yeah, I think I think it might. Let me just check my notes.
Hmm.
My note.
Well, I have been actually physically like changing my ability scores when they're telling me like minus whatever to
All right.
all stats.
Yeah, you
and
have
then I-
-10 to all stats right now,
Yeah,
and you have a total of -40 to dodge.
but I mean, so what I'm saying is that I have been subtracting that and then adding back my buffs or whatever. So I mean that the 43 agility is -10 because my if I look at my starting thing, I've dropped it down from whatever it was down to 28.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
well,
how I'm doing it on paper.
Okay. Still, this means that. Please tell me the order of the combatants.
Alright, so I have 6 combatants. I don't know if I missed anybody, but Leo Faldebrant has 52.
Mm-hmm.
Renthar has 50. Lucas is 49. Leopold is 40. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Then
Niels is 40,
Yeah.
and then I am 37.
No, Nils is 40. Then there are ghouls. Then there's you, and then there are zombies. So
Ghouls are
40 also.
Okay. Alright, and then Zambambos.
Zambambos are last. Leopold Falbrand draws his sword instantly, and and essentially moves closer to you, Leopold. After that, we have.
He dropped his sword like terror.
Oh yeah, by the way,
Drew his sword.
First of all, roll. Everyone rolls for willpower. Leopold, Foulbrand, I mean.
Willpower.
I want to use a luck on that.
Yeah, I'm also going to use luck. Remember.
Heyo.
Damn.
Wistenlanders sticking together.
Yeah, remember about your minus modifiers from the sickness, by the way. -5 to all stats for Vincent.
Okay, I still pass.
Alright. Yeah, I'm going to use
I have Fearless. Does that help me?
Fearless gives you +10, I believe.
I'm also stout-hearted.
No, actually, sorry. No, if you are Fearless, then you don't have to roll, because none of those creatures induce fear. You are only affected by the terror, in that case. So you've automatically passed. Alright, so Leopold is rooted to the spot. I'm going to roll for Lucas. And I think he failed. I'm pretty sure that he failed. Well, yeah, he only has 39 willpower, so I'm going to use luck. Alright, so Leopold, you see that Leopold is rooted to the spot with terror. After that, we have, in initiative order, after Leopold, Rentar, what are you doing? The creatures of darkness are emerging all over from the forest, to get you.
Leopold Faldebrand is frozen with terror. Can I give him a blessing of courage?
As well as Lucas. Lucas is also frozen, but you don't know that because it hasn't been his turn yet.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
Is it an area blessing?
Blessing of courage.
It's a casting 3. It's a half action. 24 yards. Single ally regains composure.
Yeah. So, alright, roll in that case.
I roll 2d10.
No, first of all, since we are using those rules for spellcasting that I've sent you, if you want to if you want to roll successfully, first you need to make a channeling skill test before you roll your casting dice. Wait a second. But this is like an extra. Alright, so you've passed. No, so nothing happens. So now you normally roll for your spell. How many dice are you using? You don't have to use all of your dice. You can only use one if you wish so.
Okay. I'm gonna use 2. Yeah.
Alright.
He just needs to, or else he's gonna get his ass kicked.
Right.
So 2d10.
So you just roll 2d10. It's not a d100. It's just 2d10.
Okay. And I had to roll over the spell level, right?
Yeah, but you've passed. All of you suddenly see that Vrentar, after invoking Sigmar, did something. His hand have lightened up with some kind of nimbus of power. He pointed it towards Leopold, and you've heard that instead of whimpering in fear, Leopold is like, he's ready to kick some ass. Nice one.
Say, pick up your sword, boy!
Yes. After that, we have initiative order.
Lucas is frozen.
Lucas is frozen. After Lucas, we have
Leopold, number 2.
Leopold number 2. What are you doing? You just saw a miracle, essentially, because remember what priests do. It's not magic. It's it's like the direct intervention of the gods.
I still have my crossbow out. they're coming out of the woods at us, right?
Yes.
All right. I'd like to get out my crossbow and start trying to shoot shit.
All right. You. Let's say for simplicity's sake that you can stand. You know that you're practically standing with your crutches. So you just draw your crossbow with one hand, aim it. But who are you aiming it at? Remember, it's dark. You don't see it very clearly. You only see shadows in the undergrowth. So you don't know if you're aiming at a zombie or at a ghoul.
Oh well, I don't care if it's a zombie or a ghoul. I don't care. I'll just shoot it. I mean, the only thing to worry about would be hitting an elf. But I'll fire a blind into the darkness.
Okay, let me see. All right. So you are firing at the nearest shadow. Roll.
Yes. Why does it say that? It says you attempted to use a roll command looking for the value of a selected token, but no tokens are selected.
Dun dun dun.
Someone
did that to me before another roll. Okay, I'll just roll a ballistic skill and see what that does.
Yeah.
No, that's a failure.
You fired the bolt somewhere into the dark.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the rest of you. Now after Leopold, who's next?
Niels.
Niels ran towards Father Johannes, screaming, "Father, Father!" Stuff like that. And now I believe it's ghoul time.
It's ghoul times.
It's ghoul times. Right. So let me just quickly see.
Ghoul, good word.
Yeah.
Gangs of New York fans.
Ghoul fiends.
Yes. All right. How should I do this? I like how there's like. All right. Actually, it's good. It's good. All right, Rentar. You see a shadow. You see a shade coming from the darkness towards you. This is a horrible, pale humanoid, scrawny and hunchbacked with wild stare. He attacks you with abandon, using his vicious talons. Perhaps it was once a man, now it is nothing but a monster. And let's see. Fortunately, you jump back just as the claws are, coming towards your face. Vincent, you prepare yourself for battle, when suddenly a ghoul emerges and goes right towards your chest. What's your course of action, my man? Parry, dodge.
I'm going to.
Actually, do you have even a weapon in your hand?
At this point, probably if it's all of a sudden an ambush, probably not. So I will dodge blow.
All right. Nice. You've jumped back just as the creature was preparing to gut you. Leopold, you're, supporting yourself on a crutch, holding the crossbow in your hand, when one of the horrible creatures emerges and gets and gets a face full of your crossbow. I mean, not the crossbow bolt, but your crossbow. You've struck it with such a force that you've broken its neck.
Yay.
The fiend falls to the ground, dead. Yeah.
That's what you get.
Now I'm rolling for the one who attacks Leopold.
This is like where all of our successes come from.
And the one, Leopold and Lucas also have similar luck with their creatures. The ghouls attack with wild abandon, but they're not able to penetrate your defenses. You see that the elves are actually taking the brunt of the zombie horde, but the ghouls are actually concentrating on you. Vincent, now it's your turn.
Alright, I am going to draw my sword and shield. That's about probably all I've got right now.
You have a shield? Alright, yeah, sure. You draw your sword and shield, and that's it, I presume.
Yeah, I imagine that's everything I can do.
Alright. Now the zombies. The zombies fall upon the elves, but from the sounds of it, you know you can guess that the wood folk are not giving them easy time. Johannes, of course, is screaming like a girl. He's got this, high pitch, like stuff like that. While I can hear Nils like father, father.
Remix.
Yes. Now this is a new round. Leopold draws his sword. Did Leopold gave anyone his dagger? I think he did gave it to Sally, I believe.
Maybe.
Yeah. So anyway, he only draws his sword and attacks his opponent, but nothing happens. Then we have Vrentar. Vrentar, it's your turn.
Okay, so everyone's regained their composure.
Except Lucas.
I have one. Okay, Lucas is still. I'm gonna do the same thing for him.
Very well. Remember that if is it a single action? Like
it's a half action.
So I suggest that you take out your hammer, because if you want, then the ghoul attacking you will treat you as being defenseless. He will have bonuses.
So I'm gonna arm myself and do a blessing of courage.
All right.
On Lucas.
So you pull out one of your hammers and then cast your gaze towards Lucas and channel the power of Sigmar. Roll. First, of course, make me a channeling roll.
Channeling. Okay.
This is not actual channeling. This is just channeling roll for the sake of Wrath of the Gods. You've managed to do this very well. And now, Rolf, how many dice do you want to use?
I'll use 2.
All right. You're using 2 dice. Very well. You did the exact same thing, Leopold. You saw once again that this priest, this hermit priest, is essentially, just using the power of Sigmar himself, and you can hear Lucas roaring like an angry beast, no longer whimpering and crying like, but just I'm gonna kill you, motherfuckers, and just preparing to kill his share of enemies. Very well. After that, we have. After Vrentar.
After who?
After Vrentar, I think it was Lucas.
Lucas? Yes, Lucas.
So Lucas pulls out his hatchet, or I think he has an axe, and he strikes his opponent, but he misses, unfortunately. After Lucas, we have
Leopold.
Our
Leopold.
Yeah.
Yes. So now I have 3 attacks.
Yeah, but you have no one to aim them at.
Bummer. Who am I standing next to? Am I standing by myself?
Like I said, for simplicity's sake, let's say that you're all standing near each other. So you choose.
Okay.
Whom do you want to help?
Oh, I'm assuming that I was standing near Leopold, since the other Leopold, since he seems to be. All right, so since I will drop my crossbow so that it's hanging from the strap around my torso, and I will draw my hatchet and my dagger. And
how do you want to draw your dagger if you are using a crutch?
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
I want to draw my hatchet.
Yeah.
Pull it out of my belt and swing it menacingly at the ghouls. I guess that's all I can do.
You can strike the ghoul if you wish so.
I do.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see if I can get this weapon thing to work again.
Yeah, like I've said, you were standing close enough to so you can strike it.
Oh, I missed.
No, you've passed because you have +10 from Leopold.
Oh.
Yeah. The ghoul will try to dodge actually, but he failed. Roll for damage.
All right. Let's go. Where's the dice roller? Oh, I've covered it up. Sorry. Zoinks. There we go. D10. It was plus my strength, which is 3, I think.
So it's
9.
Total of 9. Very well. You've actually managed to open a large gash on one of the ghoul's arms. The thing hissed with fury and anger, but it's still standing. After Leopold, one-legged Leopold, we have
Niels?
Niels. Niels is like basically just stuttering. After Niels we have ghouls. So let's
Ghoul
go.
fiends.
Ghoul fiends. Rentar, the first ghoul claws at you desperately. You smashed it with a backhand swing of your hammer, essentially removing its lower jaw. The thing falls to the ground, choking on its
Holy shit.
own horrible black ichor, like That's it.
Sigmar is among us.
Of course he is. Vincent, your ghoul. Unfortunately, your ghoul goes for the legs.
Oh my goodness. I'll dodge a blow again.
All right. Right. And the other strike? The other strike goes towards your torso.
Okay, so I dodged, so I have to use
Block, parry.
luck.
Yeah.
I will use a luck.
All right. First luck of the game.
I failed.
No, you didn't.
I used the luck.
Because the shield gives you +10 to parry.
Okay.
Because your basic weapon skill is 60, right?
Yes.
Right. So you've managed to first strike. You've managed to just jump over the thing's claws. The second strike, you've barely stopped with your shield. Barely.
All right.
Lucas Ghoul. No, it can't hurt it. And Leopold's, it will actually choose its enemy. 1/5. It's Leopold Foulbrand. No, actually, Leopold, you're one-legged Leopold. You're being targeted by the fiend because you've managed to wound it. It hisses in fury and tries to claw your eyes out. First strike misses completely. But you are a seasoned warrior, and even with being handicapped, you can take care of yourself, and you are managing to keep this thing at bay. But all of you see to your detriment that there are more things emerging from the darkness all around you, from the gloomy forest. And these are not just zombies. You can hear the ghouls hissing and spitting. Yeah, so you know this is not going that well. That said, this is a new round, and we have Leopold aims a well-placed blow at the ghoul's crotch. The ghoul. You actually never saw anything like this. The Fowlerbrand boy, who essentially looks like a town commoner, just cut the ghoul in half from crotch to skull. The ghoul fell in 2 clean halves. One half at one side, the other half on the other side. Leopold is like, whoa, gnarly. Yeah, 0-8 and then 55, which is a botch during dodge. So
Yeah.
Fowlerbrand. One-legged Leopold. You saw that. That was
One-legged Leopold.
One-legged Leopold.
One-legged Leo.
Yes. After that, we have Rentar. Rentar, what about you?
Am I currently in combat with a ghoul?
No,
I think one charge.
But you'll be essentially in a second in combat with a few zombies, as well as all of you, and perhaps something else. Because you see that there are just too many enemies around you. All of you see that most of those things, you're not their target. They are coming towards the encampment, but you're along the way, so they want to take care of you. Rentar, what's your course of action?
Can I cast Blessing of Sigmar on my hammer and make an attack in the same round?
Is a Blessing of Sigmar a single half action essentially?
It's a half action.
Very well, you can. But first, of course, make me a channeling roll to see if you incurred the wrath of the god. No, actually you didn't. So now roll normally. How many dice do you plan to use?
2.
All right. 2 dice, please.
It's level 4.
4. Yes. All right. So in that case.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that gives me +1 damage with my hammer, essentially 4.
Yeah, you see that this is actually.
Last 6 rounds.
Yeah. Just taking the. Yeah, this is actually a pretty cool thing, because if you would be a normal magic user, then double 5 would mean a chaos manifestation. But since you're a priest, since you're a priest, you only care about your channeling roll. So in that case, you've managed to imbue your weapon with the power of Sigmar himself. The runes on the hammer blaze with holy light. All of you see this. It's suddenly much lighter in those woods. Well, not like, on the level of a lit torch lighter, but you can see more clearly, and what you see chills your blood, because there are undead everywhere here, and they are all coming towards the encampment. But Vrentar's holy wrath descends upon the ghoul. Actually, no, you don't. It doesn't, because you've killed your ghoul. So Vrentar's holy wrath is manifested as a burning hammer. Vrentar, after that, what's your second action?
Can I charge the zombies?
Charge is a double action. You can't do this. You can make your way towards the zombies.
I'll stay with the group and hold. Can I hold my other half action, or how does that work?
No, I mean you can, because you could use like a delay action, but the delay action means that one of your actions is used for the delay. So I suggest that you just spend the action for a parry, or to pull out your second hammer.
Yeah, I'll get the second hammer out then, and
all right. So you take out your second.
Muttering prayers.
Yeah, you take out your second non-imbued hammer, and you are preparing to fight. After that, we have Lucas, I presume. Vincent?
Correct.
Excellent.
Yep.
Lucas is swinging his weapon at the enemy, and I think he just might do this. Yeah. The ghoul will try and dodge. Yeah, the ghoul actually managed to dodge Lucas' attack, unfortunately. After Lucas, we have Leopold one-legged.
I'm just gonna try to sidle up to the next target and hack away with my hatchet.
Remember that you still have a ghoul that is attacking you.
Okay, he is. I wasn't sure if I thought Leopold attacked. So nope. I will hack away at him. Whatever. Is it swift attack to use my multiple attacks? Is that what it is?
Yes, but just let me very quickly check one thing. You have -10 to all your stats,
okay.
but other than that, no penalties. So just minus. So your basic attack -10.
Okay. So first attack. Nope.
No. Second attack -20.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope. And third attack. Yoink. Alright, so
you are swinging like crazy while holding a crutch. That's probably a bit detrimental to your tactics and efficiency as a warrior, but what can you do? After that, I think we have Nils, who's like no, he's
diggity diggity
diggity miggity miggity. He's doing his stuttering in the woods. As strange as that sounds. And then we have ghouls. Vrentar, you see that from between the zombie horde, another of the pale creatures emerges and lunges at you. But you've managed to swat the creature away with one of your hammers. After that we have Vincent. Vincent, you are facing against your enemy. The first attack goes towards your arm. Are you parrying or dodging?
On a parry.
By the way, we forgot about your turn.
I go after the ghouls.
No, alright, yeah, okay. Alright, first is... oh... This is... yeah, the second attack misses completely, very well. And now we have Leopold and Leopold. The ghoul will once again choose 1-5 Fabelbrand boy. Yes, it goes towards Leopold Fabelbrand. But it misses completely. After that, you see... after that we have Vincent. Vincent, what about you?
I am going to attack this ghoul who's attacking me.
Very well. Multiple attacks?
Yes, sir.
It will,
Nice.
it will attempt at dodge. At dodging. No, roll for damage. Nice.
Alright, so that's 7 plus 4 plus 1.
12.
12.
Yeah, you've practically, removed a huge chunk of its leg. The creature howled in pain. Your second attack...
Missed.
No, your second attack misses completely. But then the zombies come out. What this means is that each of you gets 2 zombies on your head, unfortunately. So Vrentar, 2 horrible undead creatures come towards you, and they one of them is trying to claw at you with its old broken fingers, but it doesn't. You manage to keep it at bay. It can hurt you. The other one tries to grab at your leg. Are you parrying or are you dodging? You have a weapon in your offhand, so you can parry pretty easily.
I'll parry.
All right. Yeah, you've kicked it away. Very nice. Vincent, same here. 2 zombies come from each side. The first does nothing. The second, however, connects with your arm.
Okay. I blocked this turn, so I have to dodge, right?
Yes.
Oh, I guess I'm going to take a zombie attack.
All right. Nothing happens because it's 6, I believe. So.
Yeah, I've got armor there.
You have armor and how yeah, armor and toughness.
Yeah.
You have mail, right?
Huh? Yeah. I got mail on my arms.
Wasn't your mail damaged?
I have no mail on my chest.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So
same for me.
yeah. So now, Leopold and Leopold, both of you are assaulted by a pair of zombies each, unfortunately. So you are being swarmed. First, I'll do the Foulbrand kid.
Okay.
Nothing. You see that 2 of horrible creatures, diseased things. One of them looks like some kind of woman with a horribly bloated belly, which looks like some kind of bizarre perversion of a pregnancy. Tries to claw at him, but he manages to swat her away. The other one, he just punches in its rotting face. But then, Leo, you have your own problems. The undead are assaulting you. The first one you've managed to block with a blow from your hatchet, but the other one goes for your leg.
Of course it does.
You can dodge with minus 40%.
Okay, I will do that.
All right.
Do you want to roll to see which leg?
It's
Can he parry with a crutch?
I was gonna say, can I parry with
No,
the crutch?
you can't. Crutch is considered as an improvised weapon. You can't parry with it. It is 81, so it will be. Does anyone have the fancy chart, human chart? Because I forget.
I have the regular one in the rule book. but you're
Yeah,
talking about a different one?
it's okay. Can you check which leg is 81?
Yeah, give me a second. I want to say. Sorry, I'm gonna. Critical hits. Okay, so you were saying it's. Oh, that's critical. Where's that chart?
It's at the very end. It's at the very end of the book.
Oh, at the very back of the book?
Yeah, because there's your typical character sheet there, and the character sheet has the chart.
Like quick reference charts.
It's after the templates, I believe.
Okay, then that was something that was torn out of the book I bought. Because
Okay.
I don't have it.
Uh,
Sorry.
Okay, so let's just let me
Let me
very
see if I have it. Which one is it?
81. 81.
Right leg.
Yeah, so you're good leg, unfortunately, I think.
Of course.
Uh,
All
yeah,
right. Well, I'm gonna try to dodge blow because that's all I got.
Minus 40.
Minus 40. You say?
Yeah, sure.
All right, well.
No,
So close.
Unfortunately not.
Well, I have 1 luck point because
Alright.
I have 0 fate points, but I'm lucky, so I have +1.
So roll.
I'm going to roll it.
Because I rolled a
because-
9, and this is pretty high.
Nope.
Nope.
All right. Okay.
So
Well, it's nice knowing you, boys.
12 total into the leg.
Okay, well, I do have armor still on the leg, so that's always nice.
That's good. That's good.
So let's see. So that's 3. So I absorb 6 of it with my armor and toughness. So I take 6 points, which puts me at -2.
Yes, I honestly think that you should take critical.
Well, I don't have a choice because I don't have any fate points.
Yes, that is true.
So.
Yeah, I am going to roll now. -2.
It's but a scratch.
This but a scratch, my lord. How's the roll? 50. Not good, not terrible.
You're about to be a halfling.
So
Good.
it's 6, and now I need to open the corresponding. This is claw damage to the leg.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, insanity point for you.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's only 5.
All right. Well, what this zombie did? It actually tore off a huge chunk of your boot and tore off several of your toes. Until the end of your next turn, you are stunned, and now make me a -20 agility test with all of the modifiers combined. So in your case, I think it's honestly only 10%, if I remember correctly.
Aha!
Hey!
Yeah. You've passed? Oh man, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, you haven't fallen, although the pain is incredible. Roll me 1-5. I mean, roll me 50%. 1-5. Something bad happens.
D10.
Just a normal D10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So your large toe has been fortunately spared. If you would lost it, then it would be another 5% minus to your dodge blow tests. So yes, that's it. Very nice. You are, however, on 0 HP. And this,
yes.
I presume that this was your second zombie, I believe.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah,
said.
it
Yeah, I
was,
think you
it
said it
was.
was the first one missed and the second one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the first one rolled a 79, the second one rolled an 18.
Yeah. So now we have yet another round, but you think that you can hear shouting over the din of battle coming from the direction of the compound, from the direction of the encampment itself, but you're not sure. You are too busy to actually fight for your lives. Jason, how long can you play?
About 4-ish, so another 15.
15 minutes. Okay. So let's make this combat for another 10, and then we'll quickly give out the points. Leopold is now fighting against the ghoul. He slices at it. The ghoul will try to dodge. It didn't. Oh, actually, Leopold killed the ghoul.
Nice.
He killed the ghoul before, so now he killed a zombie. So,
Yeah.
so yeah. So only one of his. I mean, he didn't yet kill the zombie. He only hit it. So now I'm going to roll damage. I think he actually killed the zombie right now. I will need to check his strength bonus. One-legged Leopold. You see that the Foulbrand kid removed half of the head of one of the zombies, but the thing is, unfortunately, still standing and still, you know, giving him grief. Now we have Vrentar. Vrentar, you are being assaulted by the legions of the dead. What's your course of action?
I have 2 zombies on me, right?
And a ghoul.
Okay, I'm going to. Can I make my attacks one at a time?
No, you have to right now tell me how do you want to split your attacks if you want to do this.
Okay, I have 2 attacks. I have 2 hammers out. One of the hammers has the Blessing of Sigmar. 1 on each.
If you are making your attacks, don't make your attacks with like 1 hammer and then 1 hammer, because you can make your attacks with a single weapon. And
Sure.
And the hammer in your offhand would actually give you penalty because it's your offhand. So you can only you can attack with the blessed hammer without any problems with your 2 attacks. So how do you want to distribute them?
1 on each.
One on each. 1 on the ghoul and 1 on the zombie, or 1 on the zombie and 1 on the zombie. Because remember, you have 2 zombies and a single ghoul, so you have 3 opponents attacking you right now.
1 ghoul, 1 zombie.
All right. So first roll on the ghoul. Nice.
Damn.
The ghoul will try to dodge. No, roll for damage.
Okay, I have a strike mighty blow as
So
well.
it's plus 1 more. Sure, cool.
4, 5. Strength of 5.
So 9
So
Plus
10.
1, 10.
plus 10 plus 1 more than 1 because of the blessing. So total of 11, I believe.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, that creature really felt this blow. Really. You've smashed it into one of its arms. You felt something break there. It like hissed in pain loudly. Your second blow is coming towards one of the zombies. Roll for like, striking. Nice. The zombie doesn't dodge. The zombie just takes it. So roll for damage.
So 5 plus 5,
So it's
10,
13.
12 total.
Sorry, yeah, 12.
Oh,
total.
13.
No, 12, because the ghoul was hit for 11, so you've rolled 1 more than previously, so it's 12. Very nice. Yeah, you've actually managed to tore out one of those things' arms. The zombie's like, alright. You know, usual zombie stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot about the zombies with the like with Lucas. Okay, I'll make them this round. Now I think we have Lucas, so Lucas will try and attack his opponents. No, first nothing. Second is minus 10. Yes, the second barely connects. Nice. But the ghoul actually managed to deftly dodge the blow with its mediocre agility. Now we have, I believe, Leopold the Legless.
Oh, right.
Yep.
After this round, we'll finish the combat for now and return to it next time. Leopold, you are horribly savaged by the zombie.
Yeah, I will shake my hatchet in his face and say, "Damn you, man!" And I will
Alright.
swift attack his butt.
All right. You are. Whoa,
You
nice.
hold-
I'm at
you-
you.
Roll for damage.
You hold the axe in front of his head, and then you reach around and hit his butt.
Yes.
So actually, I forgot. I'm going to add 4 total because I have 3 for strength and 1 for strike mighty blow or whatever it is.
So it's 7 total.
So-
No, yeah,
so
3 for
ooh, 9 plus 4. There we go. Or
Yeah.
5 plus 4 is 9.
very nice. Have you managed to wound it before? I don't think so.
I don't think I wounded the zombie before.
Yeah. So, you've removed a huge portion of its lower backside with your blow.
Nice.
Wait, was it 13 total?
No, it was 9 total.
9?
That is.
Oh, no, okay, no.
'Cause
Yeah,
I rolled 5.
but the
plus
zombie is still trying to, well, remove your leg. But you have second attack. Roll for second
Yep.
attack.
4. Zoinks. Oop, I missed.
No. Third
Last attack.
No.
Bastard. All right.
You are
well,
slashing your axe like crazy, and actually you are chopping off parts of its body, but the thing is tenacious. It doesn't want to let go, just like my ex. So you know, yeah, you can do actually anything about it. Not yet. Now we have the ghouls. So Rentar, your ghoul. Slashes at you, manages to connect with your arm. Parry, man.
Okay, parry.
Your basic, your basic weapon skill. Because you have good craftsmanship. Yeah, you've managed to block one of its claws on one of your with one of your hammers. The second blow, it misses. Nice. Now we have Vincent. Vincent, your ghoul is still standing, from what I remember.
Yes.
Yes. So it also tries to give you bad time. But both of its actually plus 20, plus 20. Yeah, both of its attacks miss completely. So very nice.
Okay.
And then we have Leopold is fighting with zombies.
Mhm.
While you are, I think, also fighting with zombies, only Sean.
Yeah.
Vincent.
I think so.
Yeah, so now it's Vincent's turn.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to throw 1 attack at a ghoul, then 1 attack at one of the Zambambus.
Dobrze. Sorry, I mean, yeah. Good. Dobrze means good, by the way, if you want to
Alright.
learn Polish. Very well. Attack.
Attacked.
Yeah, it goes towards the ghoul, so the ghoul will try and dodge. It dodged. And then
Alright.
your backward slash from the strange oriental blade that you're carrying goes towards the one of the undead, one of the other undead. But unfortunately, it fails miserably. It just removes a part of a nearby tree, I mean. Now the zombos. Rentar, your zombos. Nothing, and the other zombo. Nothing. The zombies are trying to claw at you, but you are keeping them at bay all by yourself. You are a true son of Sigmar. Now we have... oh yeah, Lucas' ghoul. Sorry, I forgot about that. Now it's Lucas' turn. It hit. Lucas will try and dodge. I think he managed to dodge, actually.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just let me check this Lucas color. No, he didn't. I'm going to... Actually, he used his luck. So unfortunately, this means it's a 10. Well, no, but it's 13 total from the ghoul. It goes towards his arm, and I don't think he has any kind of armor there. Oh man, this sucks. Movement defenses. No, he doesn't. At least he doesn't have on his Oh, he still has minus 39 fate points on his character sheet. Nice to know.
Minus 30.
Minus 39.
Ah.
No, he doesn't have any armor. So okay, so 13 minus toughness 4, so it's 9 minus 4, so he's on minus 5. So he gets an insanity point. Ding. And I'm going to roll on the table. You guys are my witnesses. Just so we know. Minus 5.
Is he out of fate points?
He still has 1. But I'm not going to spend his last fate point just to, dodge this. I don't think it would be fair.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Okay. 91. It goes to the arm, right? Arm.
Yeah.
All right. He just had to spend his last fate point anyway. You've heard a horrible scream coming from Lucas, and then you've heard him like being thrown a few meters into the air and just falling on the ground some distance from you. You don't know what happened, but it's probably nothing good. The zombies, the last zombies. Vincent, your zombies.
Send it.
One goes right for your head.
All right, I will parry that.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
The other zombie.
Oh, I thought you
Nothing.
did 2 of them. Okay.
Yeah, it's just, we're always making crazy things. Now, Leopold zombies, like Fowlerbrand boys. First, nothing. The other. Okay, Leopold will try and dodge. He didn't, because I don't think he has the dodge blow skill. Does he? No, he doesn't. So, you just take it. Oh, it's a 10. Well, what do you know?
Who gets this?
Leopold Fowlerbrand.
Oh, man.
We didn't like him anyway.
Yeah.
He was doing great. He's like killing everything, and
Yeah, so he just gets 13 points of zombie into his arm. Sorry, 12 points of zombie into his arm. He doesn't have any armor. His toughness free.
I get it.
So
He doesn't have any arm.
ho
No
ho
more.
ho. So it's 3 insanity points for him. So it's toughness free minus 12. So it's 9.
I saw this in another puppet show. If we cut off his arm, he won't turn into a zombie.
Yeah, actually he's also on minus 5. So that will be interesting to
Oh.
roll right now. And I think he got the exact same treatment as Lucas.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's Leo, one-legged Leo. You suddenly saw that 2 of the zombies just pinned Fowlerbrand boy to the ground and begin to horribly, just savage at him with their claws. He's yelling, he's crying, he's shrieking in pain, and after a few seconds he just stops. That's one less fate point for him. And then there are 2 of your zombies. The first one goes for your head.
Of course.
You can dodge.
We'll try.
All right.
Come on, big money. Aha!
Yes.
That is minus 40%.
Yes, it is indeed. The other one.
This is like a Captain Kirk fight.
The other one misses. You've hopped away from one of the zombies on your crutch. The other one just tripped over.
I did a two-handed strike to his back.
Yes. The other one. The other one
was
just tripped, and yeah, the fight continues. Wow, who would have guessed? 2 fate points, 1 from a zombie. Right, so we are finishing for today, guys, because Jason has to go.
Yep.
Now, someone please note that this is the 5th round of combat.
Okay, I'll note that.
All right.
So 5th round. Do you want me to write down who's being attacked by what?
Yes, I would very much
Alright,
like you to do so.
So Fildebrand has what on him?
Fowlerbrand has 2 on them, and he is actually out of
2
combat. He's out of combat
zombies.
because he just had to burn a fate point.
Okay, 2 zombies out of combat.
Yeah,
Okay.
same with Lucas. Lucas is also out of combat.
With 2 zombies?
No, he's just out of combat. His zombies and ghouls will go to some. They probably won't even go to any of you. They will just shamble away, I guess.
Yeah, just chew on Lucas. All right.
Yeah. Now,
Renthar.
Rentar has 2. I think Rentar has 2 zombies and a ghoul. Okay, I'm noting that Andy has 0 fate points. I think he only had 1. I can't really look at the minus 39 fate points. Just okay.
All right, Leopold, what do you got on you?
Leopold has 2 zombies only on him.
Yeah, I have 2 zombies on me still.
All right.
And about to have 4 zombies on me, I believe.
No, because the 2 zombies are just, savaging Fowlerbrand kid.
Okay.
Niels.
Nils and don't bother with them.
NA. All right, ghouls. NA.
Remember about Vincent. Yeah.
Has
1 ghoul and 2 zombies.
All right, 2 zombies and a ghoul.
Yeah.
All right. 5th round of combat. All right.
Yeah. So that's it for today. Everyone gets 50 points for the game. Everyone also gets 10 points for your characters. Religion, Brian, 10 points. Very nice Sigmarite. Very cool. Vincent, I like the way that you worked with more stuff like that. It was also very nice. Sean, yeah, you were also saying things like wow, this Sigmar this, Sigmar that. I saw that fanaticism streak in you today. Very cool. So that's it. After that we have places of birth. Brian, you are a Nordlander, I believe. Brian.
Oh, I'm muted. I don't think I did anything for place of birth, to my knowledge.
All right. Vincent, I also don't think that you are Vincent-Landy in any way.
No, not really.
All right. Sean, what about you?
I just had that one crack about the the Conan puppet show, and maybe it's a known thing, but that was kind of a throwaway, so I don't know if that really counts. Or not.
That was cool, but honestly,
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But that was the only thing I really said about Visenlander Gnome.
Yeah.
In general.
But that was a very nice touch. I like this kind of snippets, Okay. Star sign, Brian.
Limner's line, accuracy, precision. When the battle started, I was trying to cover the people that were shaken.
Yes, I saw that you've tried to help others. That was very cool, honestly. Like that you were casting spells on Leopold and Lucas. Ironically, 2 of the guys who were actually, taken out of combat. But
don't do any spells on me, please.
But that was very, very nice. So I'll give you 10 points for that. After that, we have Vincent.
My star sign, Gungren's Baldric. I think the only thing I have there is when trying to go into as much detail about the troop quality and count to the elves when I was reporting. I was making assumptions on how many there might be in a camp that size. That was about it as far as militant and profession of arms.
Very well. Okay, sure. You were trying to do this. Yeah, you were trying to assert. But I saw this quite a lot today, honestly. So I'll give you 10 points for this.
Okay.
After that, we have Leopold, the one-legged.
Cacklefax the cockerel. I don't think I had the opportunity to be cheap today.
Yeah, I also.
Or I didn't take the opportunity to be cheap. How's that? So, I don't think I did anything for Star Sign today.
Okay, so after that we have Doom. Brian?
The two-tailed comet doth soar as thou fall. I think that's the wording of it.
Okay.
I prayed that the two-tailed comet would hit the
Yeah.
heathens after I walk around pretending to worship the child.
Okay, nice, very nice, sure. I can give you 5 for this. It's pretty good. What do you say?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so let's give you 5. After that we have Jason.
Nothing Doom related for me.
Okay, after that we have Sean.
Yeah, I don't feel like I probably had an opportunity to do the Doom, but I wasn't thinking about it. The Hourglass Shatters before that last Grand Falls, I didn't have any.
Yeah. No ideas. At this I didn't saw in today, honestly. So I think that's that. As usual, Andy only gets like 50 for his character. Someone also please note this. Okay, and so next time.
Real quick, did everybody else get their XP? Because I was late in catching up to that, so I didn't record anybody else's, but I'll get Lucas's.
Well, I got Renthar got 85, Lucas got 50, you got 80, and I got 70.
Okay.
If that sounds right to you.
Renthar got 85?
Correct.
Alright, and you got 70?
Correct.
Alright. Thank you.
Sure.
Alright.
I don't know what the XP was for last session. I'm assuming I just got the whatever the daily amount was last time.
Yeah, I think it was 60 or 70. It should be in the recording, honestly.
Yeah, okay, I'll listen to it.
Okay.
I got close to listening to the whole thing, but apparently not all the way.
Sure, no worries. So after that, guys, next time we can play on the 1st of September, if you are inclined to do so.
I think so.
Is that Labor Day weekend?
That is Labor Day weekend, so...
Okay, so that's probably a no.
I want to say something... it might work for me. I could say that.
It probably won't work for Andy, I guess.
We're trying to, we don't have solid plans, but we're trying to do something that weekend.
Okay.
So maybe to be on the safer side, we can schedule the game on the 8th.
Yeah, that should work.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Andy will have something going on for Labor Day weekend. All the holiday weekends. He does family.
Yeah, he does. So let's just skip the Labor Day. Let's the 8th of September. Is there any holiday with you guys or
no?
Okay, so let's make it on the 8th standard time. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
It should work.
Yeah. Sure. Awesome. Okay, guys. So thank you for the game. It was as usual, very fun, very cool. Hit me on Facebook if you need anything.
Okay, we'll do.
Including
I need I need to keep on writing up that second character.
You got that stuff I've been asking about.
Yeah, I have. Send nudes. Yes. Yeah. Well, it's honestly a good idea to always have a backup character. So no pressure.
I have an idea for one. I just don't haven't rolled for it or anything like that.
Okay. Sure. So you can.
But nothing's going to happen to Vincent.
No, I mean, no. You can write me your idea when you find time. And meanwhile, take care, guys. I'll see you all on the 8th of September.
Okay, sounds great.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Later.
See you.